What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. So it's another Saturday, which means another collaborative discussion with Mkohl40 himself. This week, we decided to do something a little bit fun and see how many different cards we could try to errata off of the ban list, because with the whole erratas coming out in Duelist Saga, we figured, what the hell, let's just try to go down the list and just have some fun with it. So sit back, relax. If you want to watch part 1, it's on his channel, but you can just as well watch part 2 by itself as well. So thanks so much again. Hope you enjoy.
Alright, so we're going to touch on some of these spells. We're going to be kind of everywhere over this video, but Change of Heart.
Oh, man.
Make Change of Heart legal. Go.
I'm trying to think. They already made Brain Control legal, and it's terrible.
I got you. Let's just make the card Brain Control. Take control of an opponent's normal summoned monster. We got it, fam.
Yeah. I mean, that makes it fair, or maybe if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, or no, because that's still broken.
What if we just add a stipulation like, just take control of the opponent's monsters, battle position can't change, and it can't attack your opponent directly?
Yeah, I mean, you basically have mind control at that point.
I mean, but at mind control, the monster can't attack, right?
Can't attack, so yeah. So I guess with Change of Heart, it can attack. Or even if you just use the stipulation, it can't attack directly. That's kind of okay.
They could also totally change the card and be like, tribute one monster you control, take control of an opponent's monster.
So they'd make it a normal spell version of Econ.
Hey man, I'm trying here. I don't know my Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I kind of like if it's just take control of an opponent's monster, it can't attack directly. Because then you can't just, like, if your opponent has one monster that's really big and you have nothing, you can't just steal it and attack per game.
This would also be one of the only cards in the game that would just be a normal spell, take control of their monster, and then literally just be able to tribute it, you know, or do something with it. Like, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's mind control, but you can tribute the monster.
That's true.
Which, I mean, that's just better mind control at that point.
Alright, balls in your court. What's next?
Okay, Errata Delinquent Duo. Go.
Pay half your life points. Done.
Ooh, I'd pay half to play Delinquent Duo. That's fine with me, because you can always activate. Okay, no, it has to be pay 4,000. It can't be half. Because then you would always be able to use it.
So let's talk about Delinquent Duo, because I played Delinquent Duo in traditional format, and any scenario past turn 1, the card is a fucking horrible top deck. You have to remember, in a format where you're exhausting most of your resources, like if your opponent only has one card in their hand at the end of the turn, like, yeah, I believe you can Delinquent Duo on one card, right? Think there was.
Oh, I don't remember. I think you can. Because I don't think.
For the sake of this video, we're going to assume that you can.
Let's assume, yeah.
But pay 4,000 to do that, like that's. Ah, man, that's fucking...
But, okay, think, you're paying 4,000 on turn 1, so then your opponent starts with 4 cards, and then you go +5 with your Zodiac combo after you Delinquent Duo them.
This is literally Vanity's Emptiness on crack at this point. But
this is getting double Erebus and Monarch format.
I feel like...
Except paying half your life points.
I feel like with a card like that powerful, though, in terms of game state, though, yeah, 4,000 is high, but I don't know.
See, I would make the argument that Confiscation is slightly more balanced than Delinquent Duo, because your opponent's not losing 2 cards.
It's
like,
you get 1-for-1, but you're getting the hand information.
You get the hand information, which is invaluable, but I feel like because they're losing 2 cards, that's so much bigger than that. I mean, actually, I don't know. That you could argue is 1 card worth.
Why the fuck is Forceful Sentry not pay 1,000 life points?
Yeah, that makes no sense. That's just free.
And honestly, sending back to the deck is worse than looking at the hand and discarding a card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because, yeah.
I think paying 4,000 on Delinquent Duo would... I like that, but you also have to remember, on the flip side of the equation, there's going to be a lot of games that are going to be stolen because they got their opponent Delinquent Duo'd. And I kind of like that, because it's like, hey, you did half the job for me, you know? So
Imagine too, because there's so many cards now that when they get sent to the graveyard, like Burning Abyss or all these other cards that gain value off of being in the graveyard. Like imagine if you Delinquent Duo a Paleo player, you just give them free traps in their graveyard that they can immediately have resurrected.
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
you could make the argument that, you know, now that there's a lot of cards that work off of the... Imagine if you hit like a Snow out of your opponent's hand or something. Or, I mean, I guess they'd still need other cards, but still. Like, there's cards you can hit that aren't the end of the world if you hit them now, that actually kind of...
Could you imagine if they gave this thing like the crush card treatment and they were like, pay 4,000 life points, your opponent discards 2 cards from their hand of their choice.
Oh my god.
Like...
That's still really good, though.
Would you consider playing it, though, if it was pay 1,000, your opponent discards 2?
I'd still consider playing that. They have to discard 2. They still have to discard 2 cards. That's really good.
That is...
Yu-Gi-Oh is so much about card advantage that them discarding 2 is so good.
Man, fucking Delinquent Duo. Alright, I'm going to Metamorphosis now.
Okay, you were talking about Metamorphosis before we started recording, so let's
so it's just tribute 1 monster, special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck with the same level as that monster. I just want to put the stipulation on this card: cannot attack your opponent directly and destroy it on the end phase. The only thing that interferes with is the Gaia fusion that can't be destroyed by card effects.
Yeah, I think that's like the only thing. Maybe.
I gotta actually pull up Gaia really quick. It's the really weird Gaia that fucks with like all of these rulings.
So, like, the thing is, would you be willing to make the space for a Metamorphosis card right now, though?
Okay, hold on. So, the Gaia Universal thing says this card cannot be targeted or destroyed by the effect of... Okay, it's only effect monsters. Alright, never mind.
Okay, so it's fine, yeah.
Would you? It depends. Are we playing 1 of it or 3 of it? Are we under...
I guess that's a whole nother discussion.
Sadly, it
Okay,
is.
hypothetically, even if it was at 3, what would be the point?
Alright.
What are you going to summon that's going to be that valuable that you want to play Metamorphosis?
Norden, next question.
You got me.
Inistus?
I mean, that's pretty good if I get to turn my... Well... Let me think about that, though. You summon a level 4, you Metamorphosis it, so you minus to get Norden to get your monster
it doesn't
back.
matter. What if I have instant fusion for the follow-up play? Do you know how lit we are right now?
Well, that's actually busted. Okay.
Like, even under a context for that, like, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at level 4 fusions really quick.
There's not that many other good ones. I mean, you make those vanilla Dark Flare Dragon, Carbonilla Warrior.
Hey, don't you ever mock Kambala. Like, she'll fuck you up. What the fuck? Doomvirus Dragon's only level 4?
It is only level 4.
That's very... Oh, man, I can make rare fish.
For those Bahamut Shark plays.
Oh, God. You could... If you play meta, you could go into Kali Yuga. It doesn't have the stipulation.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. But once again, though, if meta has the stipulation on it that we can only...
Can't attack and destroy during the end phase.
Yeah, then...
That kind of makes it balanced. It's just pretty much like another Norden card.
I mean,
That'd be okay. I honestly... Quite frankly, Metamorphosis is probably another card that could come back now and no one would care.
What if we Oh, no, we can't Metamorphosis in the Seraph Knight. Yo, dude, Metamorphosis in the Ragin.
That'd be pretty... Like, Invoked could make some cool use out of that card.
I just realized traditional format right now with Invoked Ragin for a level 5, though? Ooh, some spicy.
What? Okay, what's the next one I'm gonna throw?
Simo's, he's like, too much Metamorphosis discussion. I'm off of it.
I feel like we covered everything.
No, you're right. Meta's one of those cards that is going to be fun.
Okay. Painful choice. Go.
Select 5 cards from your deck and show them to your opponent. Your opponent selects 1 card from among them and add that card to your hand. Discard the remaining cards. Oh, man.
That's still busted. To this day. My God.
What if, let me blow your mind here, What
Okay.
if they give this thing the crush card treatment? Show your opponent your deck, your opponent picks 5 cards from them, shuffle them face down, and your opponent randomly selects one of them, adds it to your hand, discard the rest.
That is the shittiest card I've ever heard in my life. They would pick the worst 5 cards in your deck.
But, I mean, that's something I could see happening, though.
I just can imagine that being worded on a card. Give your opponent your deck. Let them pick 5 cards.
We gotta get proper here with wording. Reveal your deck to your opponent.
Reveal your deck to your opponent. Your opponent selects 5 cards from among your deck.
Shuffle them face down, and your opponent selects one of them randomly and adds it to your hand.
And then banish the other 4.
I mean, banish instead of sending to the graveyard is really good. We can also put a...
I'd say going to the grave is better.
We can also put pay 4,000 life points on this card.
I mean, pay 4,000 life points at least makes it...
semi-good.
Not horrible, yeah.
Okay,
do we just need to do a video? What if we put pay 4,000 life points on every banned card?
Well, is 4,000, like, the number? If you know what I mean? Like...
I feel like it is.
I don't know, man.
Because I feel like that's the equivalent to paying half without having to pay half.
I don't fucking know, man. Painful Choice is too fucking good. That card can stay banned.
That card's really good.
Pay 6,000 life points.
Pay 6.
So
pay all your life points but 1.
So Graceful, you could reverse Graceful Charity and literally make it discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards. How do you feel?
I don't mind that because then you don't get to pick from a pool of 8 potential cards if you're going first.
Exactly.
So it becomes like a trade-in. You need to get rid of your cards before you get to... You have to get rid of your knowns before drawing your unknowns instead of vice versa.
And it kind of makes the card inherently worse the later the game goes.
Yeah, because if you top deck it and you don't have a hand, you can't even use it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you actually need to have a minimum of 2 other cards in your hand.
I actually really like that errata. That kind of...
I kind of like that.
It's the first one we're going to agree on.
I think a lot of people would actually agree on that. Although it'd still make BA really good.
Oh man, let me twist your balls right now. Last will go.
Ugh. God.
The fact that you can use
balls are twisted on that one.
The fact that you can use this son of a bitch during the battle phase. I feel like this was one of those cards that they made in the office. They're like, fuck. What do we do to make this thing legal? And they're like, nope, just leave it banned forever.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's one of those cards they didn't realize like what it was capable of.
Well, the fact that they ruled it that you can apply the effect at any stage in your turn is...
Yep.
Like...
I mean, I guess if you applied some sort of clause that said...
Main phase only?
Main phase only, and it's like you can't use it. It's like you have to use it before something gets destroyed.
Wait a minute, no. Actually, how do you feel about the card being main phase 2 only?
That kind of fixes it, I guess.
Because then they won't be able to summon something battle. Last Willing Out Jowgen, though, in main phase 2 is pretty fucking good.
That's pretty good, yeah. I don't know. Let's move on to traps. I think we can round out our discussion here with the traps, because there's only a few of them.
All right. Well, Sixth Sense isn't coming back, and we're not touching Last Turn in this video. And
Return from the Different Dimension, go.
Pay half your life points. Ah, man. Once again, we can just slap the special summon as many remove from play monsters as you can. But, like...
Imagine that with Pot of Desire!
Well, actually, hold on here. So... What if you give it the Soul Charge treatment, pay half your life points, special summon them, but you don't get a battle phase that turn?
Ooh, that's fair. I mean, that's more fair, let's say. Yeah, because Return from the Different Dimension was basically just the OTK card.
Yeah.
You know, you flip it, and then you would just go in and win. Yeah, I kind of like that. I still don't know how I feel about the pay half your life. Like, I feel like it needs to be a solid number. Because then you can always use the card, and I don't like that.
Yeah, but, okay, so you don't get a battle phase, and they're all destroyed on the end phase? Like, that's pretty good.
They're all banished in the end phase.
Oh, same shit, different day.
Okay, so, yeah, you don't get a battle phase, they're all destroyed in the end phase. Yeah, so you'd have to either use them as Xyz or Synchro or Link material, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's I think the Soul Charge way is probably the best way to go about that card.
Well, I guess Ultimate Offering, Royal Oppression, or
Oh,
Solemn
God.
Judgment. Which one do you want for the last one? Pick your poison.
I'll take Solemn Judgment because you played Gadgets, so you like Ultimate Offering. So I'll let you go with Ultimate Offering.
Oh! I get Ultimate Offering in this video. Make it once per turn. All right, done.
Yeah, I pretty much figured you were gonna do that.
I mean, Seraph Knight's a once per turn, and she's kind of fine. You know,
I feel like Solemn Judgment's just pay 4K. Like, just give it a number. Because Solemn Scolding is pay 3K, and it can be the only set card, and it does basically what Judgment does. So just make Judgment pay 4K. That solves the problem.
4K is pretty.
Would you? I would pay 4K to negate anything.
But what's worth?
Because you can still use a strike or a warning after that too.
What's worth negating though for 4,000 fucking life points?
A board wipe.
That is true.
A normal summon of a rat.
All right, you got me.
A barrage.
You got me, fam.
Norden being summoned.
Stop bringing Norden up. That's my card.
You started bringing Norden up. This is your fault.
Metamorphosis Norden's pretty good. God.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think we can wrap this up.
Yeah,
I think this is an interesting discussion to get the juices flowing.
This will be something that we'll come back and revisit later because, like, there's a lot of good cards still in here.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what our fans think about like if they would errata cards, what they would do.
The first comment we're going to read is, "How dare you not go through them all?"
Probably.
But me and Simo, we have an agreement with this segment that we don't like to cover everything because we like to give you guys a chance to think. Right, Simo?
Exactly. Because it's no fun if we give you all the cake. You have to give some of the cake, and you have to earn the rest of it.
Are you my fucking father? Like, are you trying to tell me I have to do chores? Like, here, you can have one little piece of the whipped cream on the top, but you have to.
I thought you were gonna ask if I was making a fat joke.
Dude, you might have been. That's. Look at me, Simo.
Inadvertently.
Look at me, I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
This is my ship, bitch. All right, guys. Leave a comment down below. Tell me and Simo what you guys think. A little bit earlier of a discussion for us today. You see sunlight out behind me for once.
Sunlight, yeah.
It burns us. All right, guys. Anything else, Simo?
No, I think we're good. I can't wait to read the comments on this. This will be good.
This will be good. All right, guys. Later.